Hey there, welcome back to Tuesday Cruiseday on Castles and Cruising. I'm so glad you're here. So last week we talked about all the things that are included in cruising and what makes it a great value and really hard to beat. But now let's talk about extra costs to keep in mind when booking your cruise and selecting the right cruise for you. The first one that we'll talk about is gratuities and tips. And I separate these out because they're a little bit they're just separate concepts to me. The first one is the gratuities, which is like the daily service charge that is assigned to your room, and depending on your cruise line and what level of stateroom you're in, it's going to be from like $8.50 to up to like $16 a person per day. Now, this will be added to your room on most all cruise lines. There are a few now that are just including it in the upfront price and it's not added on, but for the most part, every cruise line will give you a daily service charge. And this covers the tip for your room attendant, who works extremely hard keeping your room immaculate, and your dining team, who again work extremely hard making sure that all of your food is prepared exactly as you ordered, exactly how you like it, and try to learn you very, very quickly over the course of your cruise, which to you it may feel like a long cruise, but to them is a very short window of seeing different people every single week. So they all work very, very hard, and this is just automatically added onto your room so that they get their tips. But then the second tip is the just kind of casual things that happen throughout your cruise where you really should just have some cash on hand. When you arrive at the cruise port, there will generally be a porter there to take your luggage, and you are kind of expected to tip that person. Generally, a couple of dollars per bag is a good idea. Then again, while you're going through the cruise and you're having drinks, it's really nice to tip the bartenders on occasion. They are working really hard, and while technically part of your service charges do get kind of distributed between the dining and the bar service staff, it's helpful if you have one bartender that's just freaking awesome and always has your Diet Coke ready for you as soon as you walk up. You should maybe help her out a little bit because she's awesome. So then also, when you get off the boat on the ports, there will generally be a lot of people that work only for cash, such as drivers and street performers. It's generally a good idea to have some small bills available in order to make these kind of transactions. You certainly don't want to be carrying around a ton of cash when you're at port, but it's good to have some on hand for these kind of situations. The next cost to factor in is additional dining and drinking packages. All cruise ships include standard dining, whether it's on a flexible schedule, at a set time, at a set restaurant, or at a rotation of restaurants. But then all cruise ships have some sort of specialty dining options that are available for an additional purchase. So it's important to talk with your agent, or if you're doing it yourself, look at your cruise line and decide whether these are something that you want to consider and which kind of packages works best for you. Do you want to just book one or two? Do you want a package that allows you to book one every single night of your cruise? Really look at it and decide what's best for you. And then the drinks packages. And this is what's talked about by customers from every cruise line. And there's a lot of debate on, do I need to buy one? Do I not? Should I just pay per drink? And it really depends on how much you're going to use the package and what the package is currently costing. Across most cruise lines, drinks packages are between $35 and $50 per person per day. And generally, one drink is about $12 to $15 per drink. So when you compare that, you really need to be drinking at least 3 drinks per day to break even, and that's on a lower price package. So if that's not you, you may be better off just paying per drinks as you go. Then another thing that may cost extra, while childcare programs are free, it is generally for children 3 and up. Now, of course, this number may vary by different cruise lines, but most cruise lines, it is ages 3 and up. Some cruise lines do not have any child services for children under 3, so just know that if they are allowed on board, there will not be services for you to drop them off at. Then other cruise lines just charge for these services, so just keep that in mind, that these services are available, but they are not free. Another thing to keep in mind is your port activities, and these are activities off the ship on the stops that your ship is making. This can really, the sky is the limit for choices here. You can spend $0 and either stay on the boat or get off and just kind of walk around, check out what's there. Or you can spend any number of dollars on some sort of amazing activity. We personally like to do a mix on our cruise. We'll do some port days with very little activities, some port days with a very thoroughly planned, somewhat pricey activity compared to the other days, so that it's a balance, and we get to try new things in new places, and in places we've already been, we kind of keep it low key. But that's just our strategy. I'll be talking next week about managing your port days and really giving a lot more information on that. But that's just another thing to keep in mind, that activities off of the ship are not generally included on most cruise lines. There are some that do include them, but most cruise lines, these are not included. Then the next thing that's not typically included is spa services. Very few ships include spa services with their cruises, although almost all ships have a spa. So that can seem kind of silly, but it's just the way it is. There's a mix of different situations. Some spas allow entrance into the spa area to enjoy the calm and tranquilities for free and then charge for specific services like manicures and massages. Some spas have a charge just to use the spa areas themselves. Sometimes it may depend on which stateroom you book, whether the spa area is included or not. It really just varies by line. But generally, no spa services like manicures and massages are included with the cost of your cruise. That is all an additional charge. So that's my list of things that you need to kind of be prepared to pay extra for. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I do videos every Monday all about Disney and Tuesdays all about cruising, as well as silly bonus videos all throughout the week. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week on Tuesday Cruise Day. Bye-bye.